characteristics are used along with the sales in the neighborhood to come up with the rates for neighborhoods.
Okay. In other words, you telling me again when I requested documents earlier, about 3 or 4 weeks ago?
The neighborhood codes are in the schedule of values.
Okay. All of them's in there.
I do believe, let me check to make sure, but I believe they are in the schedule of values. Neighborhood delineation, let's see if they're actually listed. They're on 311.
Do I need to stay? Or?
Just go ahead and stay. I think they're coming to your department in just a few minutes.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you can go ahead and start looking for the data on this right here.
She doesn't have the data. It's the
I mean, go and look and see where it's at or located at.
Is John in this afternoon?
I believe he is. I'll be glad to go check if you'd
would
like.
you go check and
Okay,
see?
I'll check.
It's not going to materialize today because it's going to take him a while.
Exactly. I'll go look and see if he's back there. I think he
If you
might be.
will, please.
Do I need to ask him to come up here or just make sure that he's available?
Just make sure that he's available.
Okay, I'll be back.
That was a delineation. Let's see if I can find the list of the neighborhoods. I think we're going to have to go down to the appraisal office to find the neighborhood list. Yes, miss. He is available. Thank you. John, our neighborhood land rates, the books for that, are they still available in the appraisal office? Mr. Avery is here along with the folks from Carolina Scoop, and they would like to see them. All right, on their way down, just make them available. Thank you. The neighborhood land rates are available for the public down in the appraisal office.
Okay. Okay. Now let's go back and take a look at these deeds or so on right here that went up and went down. You tell me back on public documents, properties that I first asked you about.
Okay, you asked me about where that list came from, and the list of requests for sales ratio comes from the state. Now, what other list are you referring to now? Would you like to
We're
show
looking
me?
at the partials, the 47,000s that you said you had a list of back there.
They're over there on the mapping table. I think it's how many pages? 1,100 pages. There, those two
about the big
books.
reports,
Yeah.
yes. I don't know how many pages, but
Plus
it's very
two
lengthy.
Yeah, it's separated into two books. That
Yes.
can be made available to you if you would like. You can either look at them or we'll print you a copy.
Yeah, they're on the counter available.
Okay, they're on the counter available.
Yes.
In other words, they open to public all the
Yes,
time.
yes.
Right. Okay. That's what I want to know right there now. Do you have a list of the ones that went up and the ones went down, or are they all combined together?
All of the values are listed for every one of the 47,000 parcels.
Okay,
It
within
does
the
not
town.
it does not indicate which ones went up or down from the previous year.
Okay. Okay. It doesn't it? Okay.
No.
Do you have a list of properties that went up and went down to base this map on right here?
That's what we were saying. The only list that we have was stored electronically in the GIS department. We will try to locate those files for you. There were special programs written to collect that data, and it was stored in a data file. I do not know whether those data files can be obtained at this time, or whether they were even kept.
Okay, you don't even know that. In other words, again, you're telling me that what I presented you with, start with, of the number of parcels right here went up and went down. Do you have that data right here for 2010?
Once again, the data was housed in the GIS mapping equipment. I do not know whether those data files are still there or whether or not we can locate them. They were generated by a previous programmer, and I'm not sure those files were archived, or whether there was a work copy that produced that report and no longer exists.
Was there a discrepancy in the sales between?
I don't know there is a discrepancy in the sales.
Okay. Because certainly you wouldn't want to present the wrong information to the public or the county commissioners.
They most definitely was correct at the time they were presented.
But yet Mr. Avery discovered a lower number of sales in both townships.
I would be curious as to how Mr. Avery arrived at his information.
Well, I presented you with the documents that came from the department down there. Sales analysis sheet a while ago.
Wait a minute.
Gave you the list of them.
All right.
Now on that part, something you keep telling me, these numbers don't add up, man. Tell you the honest truth, they just don't add up, man. On that part. And a lot of other folks that don't add up, they tell you the truth about the thing. Right here's the sheet, come from down there out of y'all's department.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't recognize his sheet, but I will call John up and see if he recognizes his sheet. Because I really don't.
You have never recognized that sheet before. First time y'all ever
I
seen
see
it.
so many reports, Robert, I don't instantly recognize this sheet, but I will try to find
Okay.
out where it came from.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You recognize it?
No, ma'am. I've never seen it. Never heard
I
that.
need for John to identify whether or not it's
Yeah.
something. Hi, can you have John come up, please? Thank you. I don't recognize that format.
So it's saying that it's,
I don't recognize the format.
I mean, map number, what is all this?
That's that you're saying is map numbers, township, phone code, see,
Oh, so
NBHC.
they're saying it's the
Mhm.
township.
And we would never misrepresent that information as a map number.
No.
That's why I don't
That's what I
recognize
said,
this.
I don't think this list was compiled by.
It may have been, but it's definitely someone representing the map number as Northbrook or Harris Creek.
Okay.
And that's not usually customary, it would
And
be
they're
in
calling it
township.
neighborhood name, Northbrook and Howard's Creek, and
There's no
that's-
such neighborhood as
No.
North, I don't believe this is a document produced by our department.
In other words, you don't believe it never has been produced,
I-
right?
Oh, Mr. Avey, I said, I don't believe this was, a form that was produced as part of our data. But I'm gonna have John verify,
Okay.
because it identifies neighborhoods as neighborhood Northbrook and Harris Creek. Neighborhood, is not Northbrook and Harris Creek, there is not a neighborhood named that. That's a town.
It has,
township.
it has, one moment, it has Northbrook or Harris Creek
As
abbreviated
a
outside.
neighborhood. John, would you identify whether or not this, report came from your office? I know I didn't produce it.
Yeah, I think it's the one Jake did for himself.
With neighborhoods being Harris Creek and Northbrook.
Well, that's not the neighborhood. This here's telling you which
Well, that's
township it's in.
Township, but it's identified as map number.
Yeah.
So you would have to explain that one out.
Well, this is just one of Jake's personal work sheets.
Well, Mr. Avery is saying it is a form that we produced for him.
Jake gave him a copy of the one Jake
Well, then
did.
Jake will have to
'Cause
explain
you'd
that.
asked me if there was one for other townships, and I said, no, this is something Jake did for himself.
Well, the data, Jake would have to supply me with that data, I do not have it.
Yeah.